Hey, what's up? Good morning, good night, good afternoon. What's up, YouTube? What's up to the Rare Breed family? For those of you who don't know, I'm Demi Dine. Welcome to the Rare Breed family. Welcome to our channel where we discuss all things spiritual, mental. We just talk about anything that's out of the ordinary or that's ordinary. We talk about being chosen. We talk about things we've been through in life and how we can overcome these things and become the best versions of ourselves. You tuned in, you in the right place. So y'all, let's talk about it, right? Because see, sometimes you go through a lot of things in life because of who you are attached to. And y'all see, it took a long time for me to learn what I'm about to tell you. Like, it took a while, it took a few years. It's almost like you attract people who act like the people who you already have around, right? So right now, let's say if, for an example, you work at a bank, but you dealing with a drug dealer, right? I know it's a bit much, y'all. I know it's a bit much. But it's almost like even though you have that status, everyone you attract or anyone you come in contact with is giving drug dealer vibes. It's giving I need to watch my back type of vibes. That's because y'all, some people really carry demons. That person themselves may not be a absolute demon, but because they have attached themselves to so many other people, it runs over and it triggers over into you and your life and what you have going on. And so the reason why I say it took me a while to figure this out is because it got to the point in life that I'm like, why do I keep running into the same type of people? Why does certain things keep happening? And that's when, I had to realize that a lot of things are just spiritual. I'm learning all this, like, far as me being on my journey. And my journey for me started in, I'll say, 2022. That's when my journey started. That's when, between now and then and now, between 2022 and now is, I come to realize certain things. And so, basically, that's part of the reason why I'm like, you know what? I just need to be alone. Like, I really just need a fresh start in life. I need to surround myself around different people. So I'm one of those types, just like most of us who are chosen. We tend to just get along with anyone, or we get along. Hold on, y'all. I don't like how my camera be. Ugh. Or either we get along with people who really attach themselves to us. And that's why I'm making this video, because the main people who attach themselves to us are people who always need something. And we're so vulnerable, we're so kind-hearted. We look past all those flaws that we know we see. Like, I've had a lot of people who've been on drugs, who have certain addictions to other things in life, who attach themselves to me because it's like, oh, she's an easy target. And at the end of the day, I'll admit to being a little vulnerable and naive, but never dumb, never stupid. Always watch my surroundings, always protecting myself and my household. You see what I'm saying? And see, that's why things ended, because, oh, she's not as green as they thought. You see what I'm saying? And people will do that to you. People will attach themselves to you without you even knowing that they really need you just to use you, because they have certain addictions to certain things. So it's always good to just be aware of who you are really inviting into your household, especially if this is like relationship wise, especially if you have children, especially if you have things that you need to protect. If you have nice clothes, nice shoes, nice cars. Y'all, they plot on all of these things. Because throughout life, I've had people to really just steal from me. I mean, steal everything. I mean, not just like, oh my God, I come home, everything gone. But I mean, like, I've had people to steal clothes from me, steal shoes from me. Y'all, I done even had birds, bird A hoes, to steal my hair, y'all. Stealing my hair. But then, when I look at it, I'm like, of course they want to steal this hair. Look at how much I paid for it. So, at the end of the day, like I said, you need to be careful about who attach themselves to you. And I mean, it's okay to ask a person, so like, what's going on with you? Like, what brings you here? If they think you being funny, then oh well, even if you're in a relationship right now, run a background check, y'all. Don't ignore certain things. And like, even if you run a background check and you don't find what you're looking for, become an investigator. Because y'all, you would be surprised like what people really have going on in life. And I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, so years ago, I met someone, right? And so y'all know how it goes. When you first meet someone, everything just starts off good, and you think this person could be the one, and everything is just like perfect. They do this, they do that. How people tend to trap you when they know they need you, right? So this was one thing I should have noticed, and it was a red flag. It's always I'm like, so, where do you live? Like, where are you from? Oh, yeah, I'm from here. I'm just waiting on my apartment to get finished. Waiting on this, waiting on y'all. When people don't have what they claim they have, they are always waiting for something to come through, right? So, as time went on, days went by, weeks went by, we linking up, we going out, we chilling, and I'm thinking like, okay, everything seems good. They have a vehicle, may not be the best, but hey, they got one. He got a job somehow because we going out. But he does tend to come over here a little more than us going to wherever he lives or whatever, So after a while, I'm like, I circle back and I ask that question. So, when is your apartment gonna be ready? Like, where exactly is your apartment? And then it went to, oh yeah, something happened and they stole my money and I can't get the apartment anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like, where you live? And so like, y'all already know how the story goes. It was a lie. To this day, I don't know where that person was living at when they wasn't staying with me. And it's not my business. I don't care. But you need to start investigating if people who attach themselves to you, even if it's family, because you'll be surprised what they go through and don't want to tell you. But especially if it's someone you are just meeting and it's a relationship, you need to find things out. Because y'all, I think the person was homeless. He was living in his car besides when he wasn't at my house. And I'm like, well, you out here buying certain things, why you didn't put that towards your apartment, getting a hotel. And I travel, so I know that hotels, Airbnbs, I know those things are not cheap, but at the same time, you have to start from somewhere. So basically, the person ended up living off me for a little while. Now, and I'm going to tell you how God works, right? Because when you have a pure heart and your intentions are good and you don't see certain things, God is still going to protect you, but you cannot ignore the red flags. Because y'all, this person could not stay out of jail. And so all my women that's watching this, I don't know about y'all, but I can't have a relationship with you if you are always locked up. Like, what's going on? You know, you need to get your ish together. And the same thing with men. Why call yourself being in a relationship with a woman and every time you turn around she locked up and this person got her kids, that person got her kids, she from house to house. That's a lot on a person, y'all. Like, people like that, they really need to just regroup and get themselves together. But most people don't, because it's a lifestyle for them. You see what I'm saying? Like, they come into your life and they need you, so they start attaching themselves to you because they need security. And, you know, you just need to really start asking questions, doing your research. And so, y'all, to make a long story short, because y'all, this could really drag out for days. When I tell a story, it could drag out for days. So basically, he would also bring up things like he'll just randomly, you know, talk about his charges. And he pulled something up on a website one day to try to show his charges, and it was like a little petty charge, like, I don't know, a traffic ticket or something. But y'all, it went deeper than that. I don't know how he got certain things erased off of his record. Well, I didn't know then, you know, but it came to me once I was able to get rid of all the people around me who didn't serve a purpose, including him, which, like I said, this was years ago. You know, he came into my life, tried to destroy everything, tried to take over everything, just tried to run everything, y'all. Complete fucking demon. A demon. Like, a pure demon. And so I came to the conclusion that the reason why he lived the way he lived, because for one, he was on drugs, and I'm gonna get into a video about that as well. He was on drugs bad, had no license or anything, of course, credit everything shot, just had nothing, was a complete bum. Just had a few good outfits from when we first met. I'm sure he does this to a lot of women, and that was his MO. Like, that's how he moved around in life. Let me see who I can find. Let me see who's kind-hearted, who's vulnerable, who I can kind of live off of and kind of start controlling their life. You see what I'm saying? So basically, you know, he stayed in court all the time. Every time you turn around, he was locked up. That was a red flag. God trying to tell me, look, this person does not need to be around you. I'm keeping him away from you for a reason. You know, because whenever he was away, it was like a big relief. And I don't know why I just didn't let it go at that time. Me being me, you always trying to be Captain Save a whole A nigga. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot save people. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. You cannot save anyone from whatever it is they're going through, because a lot of the time people don't care. They don't want to change. They want you to change. They want you to fit into their world of karma, because a lot of these people know they have karma coming, you know. And let me tell you something about being spiritual. When people are spiritual, you can either be a good angel or evil witch. Because see, he was one of those type of people that he was spiritual, but he went for bad. Like, he knew that he could come into someone's life and throw karma off on that person. And he was okay with that. It's almost like, well, I'm going to hell, so I'm going to drag you to hell with me. You see what I'm saying? But you got to be smarter than that. You got to know what God is showing you is the truth, and stop listening to what people are telling you. So basically, y'all, I've been all over the place with this story. Okay, so I'm gonna get back to the charges, and you know what I came to realize. The reason why I couldn't figure out who this person was, y'all, is because he was a fucking informant. He was working for the police, snitching on anyone he can in the streets that he know about, making up lies on other people, trying to, you know, get his time reduced because he had time on his head. You see what I'm saying? So I guess when people are like an informant, or they work for the police or the FBI or whatever, you know, they don't, I guess they had certain charges because you can't see who that person was, because y'all, and what put the icing on the cake is, when I did go to court, and the Commonwealth, which is the state, they was speaking against him because he had got into some stuff. And they brought up that he had over like 200 assault and battery charges. And I'm sitting there like, over 200 charges? Like, what is this woman talking about? And so I'm looking in the database, the little thing that he showed me one time, because like I had his phone and stuff like that. I didn't see not one charge. And y'all, when I say how the devil moves, it's so crazy. Because you already know. You smart now. If you would have seen someone had all these charges and they were willing to pull their charges up in front of you, you already know what time it is. Bye. You don't want that around you. And in my mind, I'm like, why doesn't his stuff pull up? Like, what was going on? And so y'all like, yeah, that was pretty much it. He was a dusty, disgusting bum. Nothing to live for, nothing going on. Attached himself to any woman he can that he feels like that look a certain way and will take care of him. And we used to get into it about that too, because it's like, okay, I'm not buying this, I'm not doing that. So when he realized, like, okay, she may look simple on the outside, but I can't control her, that was an issue as well. But God stood right beside me. And y'all, when I say this really wasn't even a relationship, because he was locked up like every month. He spent more time locked up in jail on his way to penitentiary than we spent being in a relationship. And once everything was done and over with, I knew it wasn't no one but God protecting me. But I was just ignoring those red flags because I felt like I could save this person. I felt like, you know what, I know I'm different, and I know I can help them go to the next level and just be on their own. And but y'all, you cannot save people. You just can't. Like, if someone attach themselves to you and you don't know everything about them that you need to know, where they from, do they have children, where do they work, hell, make them get checked for STDs and HIV too, because you'll be surprised. They're not going to tell you. He not going to tell you. She not going to tell you. And if they get mad when you ask about these things, then there go your answer right there. You just walk away. Because, a few times I would ask certain questions and, he would get mad about it. But I just let it go like, okay, girl, you doing too much. Maybe you are being a little offensive, but no, you need to protect you. Because the people who you attach yourself to can bring demons into your life. So not only was he a demon, he was messing with a lot of other demonic people. But I couldn't see that because I'm one of those type of people that, I always try to find the best in someone before I assume the worst. I'm going to always give you the benefit of the doubt. But nowadays, it's like you can't really do that. You just gotta ask questions. You gotta ask for the Carfax, because people don't care about you. Like, it's almost like people are in it for themselves. It's almost like what happened to teamwork make the dream work. Nah, you really gotta protect yourself from every angle. Because it's like I said, when this person attached himself to me, I had so many demons around me, y'all. I could feel it. I could damn near see it. But I didn't know, I'm like, I know I'm not like this. Like, what's going on? It's not always you. It's the people who you bring into your life, who the devil brings into your life, and what you allow. Start asking questions. Start being an investigator. Because at the end of the day, it's going to save you time. It's going to save you energy. It's gonna put you in a place that you're gonna be like, damn, I'm so glad I dodged this bullet. But when you're chosen, we go through a lot of stuff. Like, we have to go through certain things to get the message out there. And God knows that I'm one of those type of people. Like, I'm a talker, as you can see. I'm gonna be open. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna put the truth out there. It's a lot of things I've been through in life, and I will be talking more about a lot of things to watch out for. Because at the end of the day, if I can save people from going through what I've been through in life, then I'm here for it. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 people. If someone comes to you and you meet them and you notice that, they spend a lot of time with you, schedules are inconsistent, ask them where they live. Ask them, can you come over to their home? Ask them who car they're driving, because y'all, oh my God, you'll be surprised. You will be freaking surprised. And you don't need that type of drama and chaos in your life. You're trying to make it. You're trying to go to a whole nother chapter. You don't have time for people in their baggage, unnecessary baggage. You have your own baggage. You can't keep carrying these grown people. No one is going to carry you. You cannot be super saver hoe. She don't want to be saved. He don't want to be saved. You need to worry about you and yours in this day and age, because when I say people don't care, they do not care. It's okay to be alone sometimes. Hell, being alone is going to save you good health and good wealth. So at the end of the day, just truly be aware of who you let into your life. Start asking questions. Do not ignore these red flags. It's like, and then it's like the reason why, and this story goes a little deeper. I think I'm going to make a part 2 to this. So yeah, if you watch this video, just comment below if you want me to make a part 2. But I think I'm going to make a part 2 to this, because it did go deeper than what I'm just speaking on right now. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't let anyone block your blessing. When God show you something, believe him, even if you don't want to. Just believe what he's telling you, what he's showing you. Because I was asking God questions. I'm like, God, just show me, tell me. And he did, and I still ignored it, because I'm like, no, this can't be true. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm just confused. No, God is not going to lie to you. When he show you something, believe it. Everything that's done in the dark will eventually come to light. But when you go to God and you willingly want to know the truth, he's going to give it to you. And a lot of people are not ready for the truth, y'all. So, hey, if you decide that you're not ready for the truth about stuff, I'll say tread lightly. Because if God loves you, you're chosen, you're protected, he's going to show you the truth. He's going to tell you. He has to protect you. You have to know. Even if it's going to hurt, you have to know the truth, y'all. So at the end of the day, stop allowing people to come in your house, ride in your car. Just stop trusting people. If you're going to trust anything or anyone, trust yourself and trust God. Because at the end of the day, y'all in this together. Just you and God. Y'all, my son just came in here. Good thing I'm wrapping this video up. But I love you all. I love my Rare Breed family. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I wish everyone the best in life. And yeah, I think I'm going to make a part 2 to this, because this story does go deeper. I don't want you to think that I was just that nice, that kind, that naive. And those demons, they play a role. When they come together and they go up against you, you need your angels beside you. You need God with you, and God is with you. But you gotta be willing to accept what he's giving to you. If God comes to you and he's helping you, you have to want to accept his help. I was kind of blocking out a lot of things because I felt like I could do it on my own. When I realized I couldn't do it on my own, that's when things was getting real. Because I'm a real live protector. I protect anything around me if I can. But remember, demons travel in packs, y'all. It can be 1 person to 5 people to 20, 30 people. But, just protect yourself, protect your energy. I'm Dimity Done. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in another video. Bye, y'all. Back to my Rare Breed family. I love y'all.